Okay, so Fox News. One of the things that Fox News has done, and it has become, it has created problems actually for the Republicans, is they have created a fake sense of priorities amongst Republicans running for office. What do I mean? Now, the most obvious example being Benghazi. Now, I actually watch Fox News. Now, I'm a Democrat. I know that's unusual, and I'm probably the only Democrat I've ever known who watches Fox News and likes Fox News, but I do. I watch it. I watch some CNN, but the majority of the news I get from Fox News. And I like it. You know, I just got into a habit of watching it, and I mean, to be perfectly honest, the newscasters are very attractive, and that is a big selling point. That, in some ways, that has more to do with their popularity than perhaps their conservative agenda. CNN is starting to get hip to that fact. If you've noticed, they've started to hire some very attractive newscasters, which they previously had not done. But anyways, back to the point. So Benghazi. Now, if you watch Fox News over the last 3 years, Benghazi. I mean, it was almost 30% of every story was about Benghazi. It was almost mind-bogglingly tedious. And it created a false sense of priorities amongst Republicans. It was a priority to the Fox News viewer, but it was a fake priority. It was something ginned up by the Fox News. It's not something necessarily organic or real or germane to their life. It was something ginned up by Fox News. So if you're a congressman running for office, you know, you're running in a primary, you would have a couple of buzzwords, a couple of key phrases or attitudes or postures to adopt on Benghazi. You're going to be the most hardcore prosecutor of the case against Hillary Clinton when it comes to Benghazi, for example. And that would be a way of appealing to a huge section of your audience. You had to know the Fox News priorities, but they aren't necessarily national priorities, and they aren't necessarily important. I mean, if you're a normal human being, you care about Benghazi a little. It's kind of important, but it's not that important. And it's certainly not important in terms of a national election. It's not necessarily going to dominate your thinking when it comes to national politics. So they have done a disservice to actually the Republican Party, because the priorities of the Republicans running for office have become Fox News's priorities. And they propagate themselves, because if they're not your priorities, you aren't in the loop. You look like you're not one of them. You're not really a hardcore conservative, a hardcore Republican, or a hardcore person, you know. But those priorities aren't real priorities. They're not organic from the actual voters of America. They're created by Fox News, and they're propagated by Fox News viewers. So they've actually wound up inadvertently harming the Republican Party, because they've created this false sense of, you know, you have to be a certain way on certain issues. I'll give you another example. The other example I can think of is this talking point over, you know, Obama doesn't call them radical Islam. It's true. They're right. And he's got some sort of weird thing where he refuses to use the term radical Islam, and they picked up on it. But it's not that important. It's really important to the Fox News viewers. But again, it is falsely ginned up by Fox News. So it's important to the Fox News viewers, so the Fox News people keep talking about it, so the politicians who come on Fox News keep bringing it up, and then makes it more important to the viewers. But to normal people, who cares? It's kind of dumb of Obama. They're right. It's a stupid thing, but it's not that big of a deal, one way or the other. You know, he can easily shrug it off and explain it away, because it's not really that important if you're a normal